highlighted, the ones that I've highlighted is applicable for this lesson and this lesson only. This is not based on past lessons, it's just for this lesson. If there's an area, a question that's not highlighted, it's because what the question is about, what the different categories are, it doesn't apply to your lesson, not at all. Okay? So, and if you have any questions about why I chose some of them, ask me as well.
Sure.
But based on what I'm going to say to you today, some of them will make sense when you also look at the video with the information. So I noticed at the beginning, you didn't really have an activity to hook the students in. Hook means to get their attention, to make them say, wow, amazement. So what happens is that in the beginning of a class, some classes, you need to focus on behavior at the beginning to settle them down. Some classes focuses on an activity to settle them down. So there's different ways you can settle a class down. So for example, with me, I don't have an activity at the beginning of the class because my classroom layout is not designed for an activity at all the time. And also, because of the classroom, I want my kids to come in, so I focus on the behavior because of the equipment, the technology. It's expensive, so I've got to make sure they come in and settle down in a calm, relaxed manner. I can't make them do activity so quickly. So that's what's different with me. But usually, if you have some type of activity, maybe an individual activity or a pair or group activity, just a 2-minute, 3-4 minute activity, that would be helpful. I'm going to give this to you anyway. Okay. That will be very, very helpful. Okay. Also, visual displays. I noticed when you actually did start, it was good to see you had a visual display, meaning that you asked about notebooks and you had a visual picture of a notebook. So that means you're helping those who listen only because you're talking the words, but those who are very strong visually, you help them with the picture of the notebook. More visual aids is always going to be good for students and adults. Visual aids, pictures, okay? Pictures and diagrams. What is the meaning of model? This was like your first opening question. And I noticed when you started, you asked Jeffrey for the answer. And that was okay. But then you made it open, meaning that you didn't really have a structure to your questioning. You didn't have a questioning style. You just asked the question. And like, who can answer this? Like, because you're not even really sure. By now, because we are in the month of November, you should already have a good idea who can answer questions and who cannot answer questions and who's in the middle. And then you now need to have skills to make the people in the middle become more engaged. And those who cannot even answer questions, start training them to go into the middle so they can get comfortable to answer questions. Do you understand my meaning?
Yeah.
So I know it's, for example, this is my meaning when I say there was no real style to your questioning. For example, you will give the question, what is the meaning of model? And watch the video. You can't count to 5 seconds and you already want the answer. Literally, you say the question, what is the meaning of model? Who could answer me? You answer. There's no time to think. None of your questions had thinking time. And you know English is not their first language, so they need even more extra thinking time. You gave them none. You wanted an answer straight away, and that's not a very good habit. It doesn't give a child a chance. This is my meaning that your question wasn't really structured. Every time you had a question, you also had a missed opportunity for a discussion. So when you give a question, that's also opportunity for them to think and discuss. Think, pair, share. So you give a question, what is the meaning of model? Give them some thinking time. Let them talk to each other to see who can come up with a good answer. And then you choose somebody. That's more fair. It's really unfair for a child to answer a question straight away. You're giving them no time to think. It's like, imagine I did this to you, okay? I'm gonna ask you a question right now, okay? Okay? Okay. 9 times 7. Sorry. I'm gonna ask you a question right now, okay? Ready?
I need to think.
You see? Look at that. You hear your answer? You're an adult and you are older, smarter and wiser than the students. And you said straight away, I need time to think. So can you imagine a student that's not smarter than you, not faster than you, not quicker than you, not bright like you? If you need time to think, they're going to need twice, 3 times, 4 times the time to think. And you didn't give them any.
Do I need to count the time for them to discuss?
Yes and no. When I first started, I was counting. But the way I counted, I'll put a timer. I'll put a timer to count down the time, so they know that this is how much time you have to think. This is how much time you have to talk. Do you understand my meaning? So that's very, 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 very important. So every time you have a question, you also missed a very good opportunity for them to discuss and get a good idea to give you a fantastic answer. That way, you involve more of the class. Your style right now is very individualized, meaning your style is you're only teaching to a small group of people, not to the big group of people. Your style is you've taught Jeffrey today, maybe you've taught Alan today. You know, like you're teaching just a small group of people because of the way you question. How could you have used Jeffrey better? You could have made Jeffrey talk to 3-4 students before he gives you an answer. And get those 3-4 students to see if they agree or disagree with Jeffrey.
So I need to separate them into different groups.
You know? So, you had another question, how particles are arranged. Again, another missed opportunity for discussion. You asked a question, and then you literally wanted an answer, but that was a perfect opportunity to talk to each other about, particles. What do we know about particles? You want to get students talking more than teacher or the same as teacher.
Sorry, about the particles question, because we already finished the class about how particle arrange in different matters. So it's kind of like a reviewing question.
Okay.
So.
And how do you review?
By asking them question individually?
No, how do you review? The way you review as a human being is to sit there, take your time, make some notes. That's how you review.
Oh.
How does someone review? If I say review for a test, what will you do? You go sit down, you open your book, you look at your notes.
Yeah.
That's how you review. You don't review by asking a question and wanting an answer straight away. The reason why people review is so they can prepare for something they know is coming. If you don't know something is coming, how do you know to review? You only review when you know something is coming. So they didn't know that question was coming. And you gave them no thinking time, you gave them no talking time, you gave them no discussion. You wanted answer. Watch the video back and you'll see my meaning. Okay?
I understand.
Because of your style, too much teacher talk time.
Yeah,
okay?
That I noticed.
For example, after you've done the particle, you moved on to the topic of modeling, okay? And you've done like a big talk. Your talk was like a lecture, like university lecture. Everyone is sitting in the audience and the professor is at the front just talking at everybody. They're children. They're grade 6. They are 10 years and 11 years old. You can't just talk at them. They don't find it fun. Give them something to watch. Give them something to do. Give them something to be active, to play. You know? Good use of snow for targeting question. So I like the fact that you targeted your question for snow. You had a question and you chose snow. So you didn't think, who can I choose? You were like straight away, snow. You asked the question. That's teacher confidence. Like you want to do more of that. For example, you say, Snow, answer the question. Okay? Kai, answer the question. Yue Chen, answer the question. See, that's confident. Let's show you higher level confidence. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Kai Kai, Yue Chen, and Snow. Okay, I repeat. Kai Kai, you're number 1. Yue Chen, you're number 2. Snow, you're number 3. You're all going to answer the same question. I'm going to see if it's similar or different and if you agree with each other. Okay, Kai Kai, you know the question? Do you understand the question? Okay, Kai Kai, you're going to go first. Then Yue Chen, then Snow. Okay, Kai Kai. 3, 2, 1, go. Like, and then Kai Kai's not answering the question. That gives Yue Chen a chance to prepare because she's basically reviewing Kai Kai's answer. And then when it gets to Yue Chen, she now answers the same question. Maybe she says the same thing but uses different words to sound better. And then by the time it gets to Snow, Snow had a chance to review Kai Kai, review Yue Chen, and then her answer will be the best answer. And if her answer's not good, you say, okay, don't worry. Which answer did you like better, Kai Kai or Yue Chen? And then she might say, Yue Chen. Why do you like Yue Chen's answer better? This is the confidence in teaching. That's a question style. That's a question structure.
I understand.
Okay? So, like your question right now, I'm not going to lie, it's a bit low level. You can improve your questioning style, questioning techniques. Okay?
Okay.
Model activity could have been presented a lot earlier to engage students. So you gave them an activity, but this was after like 10-15 minutes after into the lesson. That activity could have been at the beginning. Remember I said here, beginning, activity, hook. There was none. There was no real activity. They were just like, trying to sort themselves out, sitting down and looking around. There was no activity, but if you could have put this here, this one, here. That's how you could start the class. It would have been a lot more fun, a lot more engaging, a lot more exciting for the students, and they were all involved at the beginning of class. So they could have done a demonstration, a presentation, a little drama, a little skit of what do they... So for example, if the question, this is the question, what is the meaning of model? Then your activity at the beginning would be, in your groups, I would like you to visually show what model means to you. Rule: there is no talking, no sound. You just have to use movement only. And now they have to be creative. Oh, I can't talk. I can't make sounds. I can only move. And it's me and my group. There's 4 of us. Okay, how do we do model? Okay, we're gonna, this is creative thinking now. So they will present in an interesting way what is model. And you have 4 groups present model. You can do it in about 5 to 8 minutes. Okay, every group presents for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. They have to present model, however maybe they just copy each other because it's a model. Who knows? Then at the end, you can just say to every class, I want you to clap for everyone, but the loudest clap is the winner. So group 1, everybody clap. Group 2, everybody clap. Group 3, everybody clap. Group 4, everybody clap. Everyone chooses group 4. Okay, group 4, you're the winner. So why do we like group 4? Why was group 4 the best example of model? They're going to say some key words. These key words that they say is going to connect to your question. What is the meaning of model? This is creative thinking. Cool. This is creative thinking. This is how you do activity. This is how you use your brain in a smart way. Do you understand? Yeah. The answers that they give you is going to connect to what is the meaning of model. But you've got them to be active at the beginning. Everybody was in a group. Everybody had to present. Everybody had to clap. You remember the rule was you have to clap for every group, but only the loudest clap is going to win. But you must clap for every group. You see how that works?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. So you're missing things like scaffolding and modeling. It's funny because your lesson was about model and you're weak in model. You need to improve on that. And this is what I want you to review.
Okay.
Scaffolding in teaching, to scaffold, and modeling in teaching. How to model. How to model is Show them the best version, the best answer. And tell them, if you can do anything like this, something like this or better, then you're on a good track. This is the success criteria. This is the model. This is what, so you can tell them exactly what you want. You can show them exactly what you want. And they will copy it or do something similar because they know that's what you want. That is modeling. Scaffolding in teaching is when you, for example, maybe you have some weak students and you know you have to put them in groups, but they don't know what to do in the groups. What you can do is plan in advance. One, show them who's in what group, okay? Then show them next level, which is what's everyone's role. Then show them another level, how much time they're going to have. Show them another level, what they can say, what they can't say. Like, so every step, you're helping them more and more and more and more. Now, at different steps, some people don't even need the help. Some people will need all the help and they'll pay attention to all your information to the end. Some people only need half of your information because after that, they know what to do. There's some people who might need only just the first information, which is whose group am I in? And they don't need to know anything else because they're very, very able. That's scaffolding, where you can, every step, give assistance, give guidance to help students. This is also the area of differentiation. Okay? Yeah. You had a before and after example, could have already been pre-made and presented to the students. So you were actually drawing the before and after. You could have printed out the before and after and gave it to every student, one between two. They could see it. Do something like this. That's a model. You could say, this is for you. Do you need one? Do you need one? Maybe one student will say, I don't need one because I understand your meaning already on the board. Okay, you don't need one? Okay, next student. That's differentiation because not every kid needs it. Different kids need different things.
I understand.
Yue Chen, she might understand straight away based on the information on your PPT about the before and after. But others may need to see an example, the model of the before and after to make their own.
Okay.
So this is where you need to create your resource. Create your teacher resource.
I have a question.
Yes.
So what's the difference if I just show the model on the PPT so that if the student who need it, they can just...
Yes, yeah, you can show them. Of course, that's great. But remember I said to you, I noticed every time when I was looking at the video, you were making the model.
Yeah.
It wasn't ready, it wasn't finished. You were making it. You were doing their job. For example, midterms. Did they sit the exam or did you sit the exam?
I saw the exam.
No. Midterms. Was it the students that sat down and did the exam paper, or was it you that sat down and did the exam paper?
Of course, the students.
Now, when it's the finals, will it be the students doing the finals, or is it you doing the finals?
Students.
So why are you making the model? The students should make the model. You were in the class. You just what I mean. I was watching the video in the class.
Right.
I saw you put the lines here, and you were drawing. And I'm like, why are you doing the work? I'm thinking in my mind, why is the teacher doing the work? The student should do the work. What the teacher can do is do this drawing, because the drawing was just taking a lot of time. Why can't the teacher do that drawing yesterday, the day before, photocopy it, and then give it to them, or just have the picture ready on the PPT.
You mean like to save the time?
Save the time.
Oh.
It's remember when you have the lesson, the lesson is for the students to shine, not for you to shine. They sat there watching you, creating the model, doing the model.
I thought I should show them how to make a model.
Do they need to be shown how to make a model?
Oh.
Then why can't you just have before and after ready and just give it to them? That saves time. It took you more than 5 minutes of fast forward. Just for you doing the model. That's time that they could have been shining, practicing, preparing, trying the model themselves.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Create your teacher resource in advance.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I understand.
So have a review of this.
Okay.
Look at my notes. Watch the video again and see does everything I say make sense.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
That's for you.
Thank you.